Today, we take a look at a game of ups and downs that's been watered down. Board games throughout history. Hello, I'm Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise, welcoming you to another installment of Board Games Throughout History, where we take a look at games that either had a significant impact on changing the course of human history, or are just really old. Today's game originated in 16th century India, where it was a game designed to be a tool for teaching morality and spirituality known as Vaikuntapali. Vaikuntapali. Now this game's board features ladders which players would climb as they learned the value of good deeds in their search for enlightenment. Also featured snakes, which demonstrated how various vices would cause the player to fall backwards in their journey towards peace and virtue. The game differed from other games from the region at the time, such as Pachisi, by demonstrating aspects of karma, destiny, and desire instead of just relying on a combination of skill, strategy, and luck. Well, the game flourished for a while, and several centuries later, in the late 1800s, the British discovered the game and brought it over to England under the name Snakes and Ladders. However, in the European version, the underlying concept of achieving divine spiritual ascension was replaced with achieving generic success. For example, in this version, ladders lead to virtues like thrift, penitence, and industry, while the snake's slippery slopes lead to disgraces such as illness or poverty. Additionally, while the snakes outnumbered the ladders in the original Indian version of the game, equal numbers of the two became the norm under the English version. And then, several decades later, the game caught the eye of the American company Milton Bradley, reportedly Suzanne Sheldon's favorite board game publisher. Milton Bradley published the first commercially produced edition of the game in 1943 under the simplified name of Chutes Ladders. And the name of the game isn't the only thing that Milton Bradley simplified. In this modern-day version, the game's original deeds of virtue and sin have been replaced by life lessons such as earning a snack for taking out the garbage, or that eating a full plate of cookies will lead to having fewer cookies to eat, which is an important life lesson. So there's a brief history of the game Vaikuntapali, and while the original Indian version of the game was conceived to teach lessons of spiritual morality, the primary lesson I take away from the modern American version is that any idea can be monetized if you approach it from the right angle. But which version of Chutes and Ladders resonates with you? And what soul-changing life lessons have you learned from board games? Let me know in the comments below. I'm all out of cookies! How could I have known that eating an entire bag of cookies would lead to me having fewer cookies left to eat? How come no one has ever bothered to teach me this valuable life lesson?